Welcome back to Out of the Fog. Enactus Memorial are the world champions again. They walked away with gold after a 3-day competition featuring 35 teams from around the world. And not only are they the only Canadian team who have won this Enactus Cup, they now hold the title as the most successful team in Canada with 9 national titles to date. So here to tell us about the big win and of course the difference it is making in our communities across Canada is Emily Bland, who is the president of Enactus Memorial and a commerce student in the Faculty of Business Administration, and Dr. Wilfred Zerbe, who is the dean of the Faculty of Business Administration. Welcome. It's great to have you here on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess firstly, congratulations. What an amazing achievement. Tell us, how do you feel? Or I guess, how did you feel at that time when you heard the word that you won?
It still feels like a dream. Like, this is something that our team has been thinking about and dreaming about for years, but you never ever think that it's going to happen. There's 1,700 teams around the world who are just like us doing incredible projects, and to be named the best in the world, like, it's crazy.
Right, and I know a lot of hard work went into this, and we'll get to that in a moment. Just tell me, what were your thoughts knowing that you're the dean of this, of course, faculty, and what your students have achieved?
Well, one of the things I always point out is that Enactus Memorial students are drawn from all across campus. And although many of them are business students, we have students from faculties of engineering, from faculties of education, from other faculties on campus, and it really is a broad experience for our students.
Right. Tell us a little bit more, I guess, about this particular organization and how it works.
Emily, you want to?
Yeah. So basically, Enactus is a global organization of 1,700 teams around the world that all focus on taking post-secondary students and implementing projects that address social, environmental, and economic needs. Then every year we get together, we celebrate at regionals, nationals, and world competitions on the work that we've done throughout the year.
So when you see the students working, they walked away with nationals in May and then going into this world competition. I assume you had some discussion beforehand with them, wishing them the best of luck as they walked into this particular competition.
Absolutely, but I think it's really important to recognize that although we want to do well at the competitions, that the real contribution is what happens in communities here at home and in other parts of Canada and for other teams around the world. The competitions are really recognition of the impact that these teams are having on the social, economic, and environmental well-being and prosperity for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's get into the project, Project Succeed, which you've all, of course, worked very hard at throughout the year. Tell me a little bit about the project and I guess what it is that you created.
So we started working with engineers and botanists to create this hydroponic system that's simple. So it's made out of a Tupperware container. It's 2 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet. And it all started with realizing that there's such a need for food security, not only in northern Canada, but around the world and across Canada. So we developed the system, and now we work with Choices for Youth. So at-risk youth build the systems here in St. John's. And then from there, we put them into northern communities. They go into retirement homes, they go into schools, and not only provide the benefit of getting fresh, affordable food, but there's horticultural therapy that goes along with it. There's work skills, there's education. It's
so many different components to it. So how exactly, we don't have it here in front of us, but give us a gist, I guess, of how it operates, how it works.
Yeah, so it's a 2 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot container. There's literally a fish pump in it. You fill the bottom of it up with water, it circles it through, and it drips into the plant. So it's a self-watering garden system, basically.
Amazing. So you worked, you mentioned a number of organizations and I guess different faculties. What was the importance of, I guess, bringing, when you think of, you're doing something for the community, but bringing the community together to work on this?
That's been the best part of it, because whenever we were doing a project, we want to make sure that it's what the community wants. And for us, as university students and volunteers, we're in our mid-20s, and we're having educational institutes, we're having our faculty, we're having media, we're having Fortune 500 companies come together and support us and say that they see our vision, they believe in us, and the power that gives a university student in their mid-20s, it's incredible. And like, you think about where these people are going to end up in 10, 15 years, and there's some pretty incredible people on our team. And
I want to bring you in on this because when you hear her speaking in regards of how much support that they've gained from this. I mean, not only winning this amazing world championship, but bringing the community together. Obviously, Mona's doing something right. I mean, obviously you have very bright students, but.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I think it really does start with our students. I mean, they're fantastic. They have the benefit of great programs, but they bring talent, they bring commitment, they bring a lot of hard work. And we've been very successful for many years. We have a number of projects. We have Enactus Memorial is a great organization that really sustains and renews itself. And we have a fantastic faculty advisor in Lynn Morrissey, who really has provided an awful lot of leadership over many years.
Right. This, as you mentioned, there's a lot of people working now towards even, I guess, a bigger goal. This is being placed in different communities throughout Canada. And also I heard something about a partnership with Tim Hortons, is it?
Yeah. So right now we're in 26 communities coast to coast in Canada, with the goal of May of next year being in 150, which is lofty, but we're ready to get there. And after the national competition this year, we were approached by Tim Hortons, and they saw the value of the educational aspect of it. And they came to us and they said they wanted to put it in every elementary school across Canada.
Wow.
So it's incredible. And for me, it's a special part because I grew up in a farm. I remember being in class, growing those green bean plants, and to know that this can change the way that youth are going to think about agriculture, and it turns into something that's cool. You're getting fresh strawberries instead of a bean plant, and it's quite special.
So what is the feedback that I guess you're both hearing from this system? Because when you already have it in Choices for Youth, it's already implemented in various communities, you're working with schools. What are people saying?
Every time we hear from people, everyone asks, where can they get one? So people want to get involved, people want to take control of their food supply, and people realize the difference that it can make. And then it goes back to that whole support thing. Like, we didn't plan in the beginning for it to be in retirement homes and schools and across Canada. Our goal was to put 15 systems in Northern Labrador. And right now we have 236 systems across Canada.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
I'm just wondering, from your perspective, I mean, obviously the students are learning a lot from faculty, from Memorial, being a university. What are you taking away from the students? And especially when you see like this, this particular project and all the work that they've put into it.
Well, one of the things we see is that, and this is a trend I think in organizations around the world, that there's much greater emphasis these days on not just the economic benefit that organizations provide, but also the social and the environmental. And I think that's a trend in the way people are thinking about business and thinking about organizations, and our students really embody that, and it's something that we are able to take advantage of. It's a way that we brand ourselves. It's something that we have extended into other programs, into our research activities, into our for-credit programs, and it's a way that we're distinguishing ourselves as a business school and as a university.
Okay, well, we are almost out of time. I want to thank you both so much for joining me and, of course, telling us all about this amazing project. Huge congratulations. And before we leave, is there any way, can people get in touch if they want to find out more information, or even, I guess, get one of the systems themselves?
Yeah, you can visit www.succeed.ca, so SUCCEED.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, and all the best in the future.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to take a very short break, but still more to come here tonight on Out of the Fog. Stay with us.